So we're live now.
All right, bet. You find my video.
Where's the chat button? Do you see it?
Let me switch tabs. Hold on.
People, the fuck?
Are you on your computer?
Private chat. There we go. Yeah, I'm on computer.
Yeah, private chat is between us, I think, and I think comments is everybody else.
All right.
Oh, it's delayed. I like that.
Yeah, it's about 10 seconds. Now, where is this?
You done had these cut waters yet? These things smack.
Yeah?
Smack. Them things fire, bro.
Showing you. Okay, so everybody make sure they mute their YouTube one. Okay. That would be the only thing.
You already did that.
All right. FTMG is live right now, 6:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 18 plus adults. Join the live here. I got the StreamYard, and then I got the YouTube. Watch it here. That is called Renee in the state of the U.S. I'm gonna try to chill on my pirating language, but
yeah, same.
Yeah, but it is what it is, you know. So, and we educated folks, we know what we're talking about. I'll be interested to see if I'm doing it for about 45 minutes. I'm doing it until the Miami game at the very least. Well, but at least before the Miami game. So, where should I feel like I can start. You know, me and Jonte be busted down on conversations a lot anyway, and especially now we got good rapport, we got good trust, and then we also do the research and everything. But you know, he's got background, and I'll let people just kind of introduce themselves and give them their their bios and stuff like that if you want to, and then we gonna just pop it off and just see where we go with it.
So. All right. Let me start first off by saying I am in no way a representation of the Department of Defense, and my views are mine and nobody else's. But bio, I'm 24. I'm a Marine. I've been in for 6.5 years or something like that. And yeah, that's really it.
Okay. I know Anthony, I just added on. My screen is not sharing, right? Like when I click to another tab.
No, it's not.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Awesome. What's going on? I mean, I just got here. What are we doing? Introducing ourselves?
Yep, exactly.
I'm Anthony Mack. I'm just a guy, I guess.
Background history, anything?
You don't want to know all that. I'm just a regular guy. I guess the most important thing about me is my wife. Been married to her. I mean, been with her for 27 years. Her name is Cookie Monster. 3 beautiful kids. I lived in this country my whole life. I mean, I'm not that interesting, bro. I'm not that interesting.
You say that, bro, but that's the funny thing. See, I mean, I'll pop this off real quick, and then I'll let y'all get into where we was gonna go. But I know a little bit. Anthony Mack. Really, I look at him as a leader because he was a guy that was above me in school, in class, in high school, stuff like that. So, and then way back in the day, I mean, being a manager and stuff like that, always just looking to progress and think in life. So I've always looked up to you, Anthony. And then,
man, I appreciate that. Don't tell too many people that. They ain't gonna believe that shit.
Look, it is what it is. It is what it is. And they can come right on here, right here. I'll add them on in. So,
oh boy, I hear you.
But yeah, no. So me and just to give a quick context to Anthony, me and Jonte, we bust down a lot on just different ideas with all of the stuff, you know, and to be quite honest, you know, it's all about perspective for me. I don't have like I have my biases as a personal, like as what I personally believe, but at the same time, I love the conversation. I love the rhetoric. That's why I hate when people come to my page and they like not hate. I know that's a strong word if we talk about trying to get live and people want to get technical, but it really is really just aggravating when people just want to give a one liner and jump back off. It's like, no, let's
Mm.
I enjoy rhetoric, bro. At the end of the day, so you know,
Give it a
I'm not
couple of
gonna I'm
years,
not gonna
you
do it.
won't enjoy talking to people that much anymore.
Well, we know why, and social media is a big reason why, in the unhealthy ways, in the negative ways, but we have good
Mhm.
conversations. So I'm like, I got the pod. I went and got the trademark for the FTMG and everything like that. So and these are the ways that things get out there. So hey,
You let your voice be heard. I get it.
so it would be Renee Good,
Valid. It's valid.
off top, and I don't know what I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be a facilitator. Number one, I might have to moderate. I might not. I might can chill. I might pass and kick back. I don't know, but I'm
In my
very free
old age,
flowing.
I'm not that angry anymore, Pat. I'm not. Listen, I guess let's go ahead and
Yeah,
talk
my
about it. Like this can't anger me because if you paid attention, you knew it was bound to happen. This America has been heading towards this for a minute now. You know, so you can't be mad about it. I'm not mad about it. I'm not angry about it. Like most people are right now. I- it was coming. It was meant to be. I mean, what else would happen? It-
Yeah,
I mean, you pit people in mask, unmarked cars, and give them what did they call it today? Absolute immunity. What do you think is gonna happen, man? Like, s- I
well, I
have a
mean, why are the
friend.
people being put in mass though?
Repeat that.
Why are the people being put in the mask? Like, why are the ICE officers, even police officers now, being
Be,
forced to wear
be,
masks?
well, they're not being forced. They just like the way it looks. It's cool. It looks
It's,
it look like
I'm going to disagree on that though.
I mean, most of these guys are from an era where 9/11 came about and they got to go over across seas and they got to shoot some things. They've been missing those days. Besides the older generation from the 50s and 60s that we're used to seeing lynchings on a Wednesday afternoon. These guys, this is what they've been craving. Free will to go out and do whatever they want to do. Because in Afghanistan or Iraq, Iran, that's what they were able to do. You give a 20
Well,
year
it
20
wasn't
year
free
old
reign. If you go back and like
well,
look at some of the videos, it's like a lot of those dudes are saying like, "Hey, like I got shot at, and I'm just trying to go home now. Like I don't want to be here. I don't want to do that." And I'm willing to say like,
those
if you look at like OEF, IEF, right, being in Afghanistan, they weren't wearing masks when they were doing that. They had their names on their chests and they were doing their job. But now they come stateside, and we're talking where my friend's a police officer an hour away from me. He lives in a different city, but he's a federal worker where someone can go and find his address and his house has been egged, been TP'd. People surveilled and stalked him at his house because that's public record because he shows his face and his name's everywhere. So I'm willing to say that these people are just here to protect their families, considering the way like the United States is going, and the simple fact of all it takes is for my name to get plastered somewhere online, and then me or my family could be assassinated a day later.
okay, I get that. But when you sign up for that job, isn't that one of the stipulations? Isn't that one of the things they tell you? That's why in effect, you have to do your job to a T. It can't be any like right now we're questioning things. There can't be any questions about the police officers that live in the community doing a good job because you live in the community. You know what I'm saying? These guys don't live in the community. They're from Florida and they're going to Minneapolis. They don't know what's going on up there. They just say, hey, listen, we're in a different county, different state. Let's go round them up. I mean, and that's a very generalized way of thinking about it, but in America, I think you have to be general. You can't like nothing's deep anymore. It's all surface. I mean, they voted for a guy that wear orange makeup. It's all surface. It's all at the top. So when I say they wear the mask because they look cool and they got the big long guns, like you chasing illegal immigrants that had check fraud, or let's just say, let's just go with the daycare. These are daycare fraudsters. Why you got to walk in there with a 16-inch long gun?
Show of
Why
force.
you got? You see what I'm saying? Like,
Which it's not looking cool, but which one would you be more afraid of? Like at the end of the day, I like the police officer and everyone understands like these people sign up for the inherent risk of their job is because they want to work for good and they want to uphold the law. But at the same time, like just because they sign that right and they have that job doesn't mean that
oh, somewhere wrong.
My bad. My
no,
bad.
you good. It doesn't mean that their life should be valued, less than anyone else's.
I'm not saying that their lives aren't
So
valued.
like by
I
that
mean,
same standard,
okay. Once
so like no, I'm
again,
not saying that you are, but that's what I'm saying. Like we have to look into
no,
it
no,
that
no.
way. So
I hear you. But if I'm signing up to be a police officer in my community, I'm gonna be above board. Like I'm a football coach. I just I just had a group of kids stop me at my truck, my personal vehicle. Like, coach, when we gonna start training again? You know, you have to be ready for those moments. I had a kid at the back of a school bus basically open up the window and was like, Coach back. I was in the car. I was listening to I think I was listening to Tupac. You gotta be aware of these situations. So if I'm a cop, yeah, I'm gonna be aware that I gotta be above board. And to be honest with you, if I was a cop, I would want my face shown because once again, I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm not fit to go.
well,
I'm not fit to go become the world's biggest drug dealer wearing a police badge. So I want people to know who I am and what I do. So that's
yeah,
where ICE and the mask thing don't get with me because if everything you were doing is okay, if everything you were doing was above board, show your face.
yeah, but I mean SWAT teams wear masks.
SWAT teams handle a whole different genre of stuff, and I get it. And
They're
once
employed with
again,
the same tactics.
and should ICE be the same as a SWAT team? Remember,
But they
we're
employ the
talking
same.
about illegal uh, child daycare fraudsters. We're talking about you know people that didn't pay a parking ticket, people that crossed the border illegally, quote unquote. Why you got to wear a mask to catch them?
Because they're already criminals. Who's to say that just that there's fronts of everything? Who says to say
So
that illegal that child care ran by the illegal immigrant, right, and that had illegal immigrants in it, that they weren't somehow connected to a greater scheme? Maybe it was a money laundering scheme. Who's to say that they didn't go in there to arrest the illegals and then they'd be attacked by the cartel or anyone with aggression? Like we can say that at the end of the day, like we have to be above board, but that's for the average American citizen, the average good person like me and you. But at the end of the day, there are still people that are going to be to the extremes. Like we're talking, whether you disagree or agree with Charlie Kirk, he did nothing violent to anyone, but he was still assassinated. What's going to stop that
he
happening
he
from a
didn't
police
do
officer?
he didn't do anything violent, but he didn't do anything to stop violence either.
Exactly, but he was still assassinated. So who's to stop a police officer from acting in their proper capacity, even from them being assassinated?
I understand you.
Nothing. So these people protect their faces because of that.
I understand you. But once again, for me, if I'm chasing people who have crossed the border illegally and they have gone in to court to get their papers and I'm arresting them at the courthouse, I don't think I need to wear a mask for that.
Well, everyone's already
The-
recording that. It would be
exactly.
completely
Everybody.
different if the scheme of America was different, where it was like I could go arrest somebody and there wouldn't be a camera in my face. I feel like they would be perfectly fine with going and like conducting their operations without being
But
sought
cameras
upon.
are
But when we're
everywhere
talking
though.
exactly, and then their face gets put on the line, and then all it takes is the right person to look up their image, and then you can find them.
Don't be a
And then
cop.
who's going?
Don't be a cop.
What do you
And
mean?
that's
Then don't
harsh
be
to
a
say.
cop.
That's harsh to say. But if once again, this is what you sign up for. You sign up for that risk. And
Just
I'm
because you
not saying
sign
you
up for
should
the inherent risk doesn't mean you should be okay with it. Like I'm not gonna be willing and
then
accepting the fact
find
of putting
another
my family
then
in danger.
then just like they tell everybody else, find another career.
Then you wouldn't have any
Because
police officers.
we wouldn't, or we'll have
We
just police officers.
we wouldn't have any police officers.
I will be I will be a just police officer. You don't think you can do your job effectively if you're doing it, and I get that there's dangers to everything, but there's protections to that. Wearing a mask is not going to help you because they already got that guy's face. They got that guy's name. It's they already got it. So the mask really
They
didn't
do now
help you.
because the incident. But I bet now there's extra police officers taking tax dollars sitting outside his house for security.
And you know what? There should be.
There shouldn't
There
be. We
should
shouldn't
be.
live in an America where a police officer, right or wrong, does something and he's pulled to the court of public opinion even before the video can be broken down and justified in the court of law.
So you saw the video.
100%. I saw the video.
You think he's just?
100%.
Explain.
So like we got to think about hindsight's 2020 off rip. So like we can sit here and we can Monday Night Football quarterback the scenario and sit here and watch it frame by frame every single day. But as a person that constantly handles firearms for their job, and I've done it stateside, overseas, whatever you want to call it. I've done it for civilians. I've done it for foreign nations. Someone can sit here and watch a footage and say, "Oh my God, the car wouldn't have hit him. He should have saw the tires." But in the instant, he wasn't worried about the tires. Oh my God, he shouldn't have been standing in front of the car. Why was he standing in front of the car? Because she had tint on her windows and he wanted to be able to see in front of the vehicle. At the end of the day, we're not talking about someone that like was just doing the legal thing. At the end of the day, she was impeding traffic, which was illegal. She was impeding police operations, which also is illegal. It's obstruction of justice. She tried to flee after the police told her. So we're talking about a criminal, someone who can make the felonious act more than one felony, and then we're going to sit here and be like, oh, the cop's wrong. If she would have got out of the car or stopped the car the way she was supposed to, none of this would have happened.
So okay, I'll give you all that. So I'm gonna ask you: are they culpable for anything?
I mean, I think he should be fired. Like, did he break his department policy? 100%, but he's not a criminal.
Okay. You know what I saw? You saw that, and there's a lot of there's. I mean, it's millions of people that saw this video. Each one of them have their own interpretation of it. You know what I saw
What did you see?
from the rip when the car was just sitting there. I saw a cop come up and try to snatch her out the car and open her door. It's the first thing I saw.
That's legal. She's
I,
impeding police operations.
that's legal. I've never known a cop to walk up and just open your door.
She was impeding police operations. You can be detained for
So
that.
so if it was such a danger and he felt that he needed he didn't that the guy that tried to open the door isn't the one that shot. But that's the first thing. I saw a guy try to open the door. For me, the incident is one thing. It's after the incident for me that tells a person's true character. Because after the shots were fired, he holstered his gun and walked calmly after the car crashed. Now, I'm a cop. I just shot somebody and then they crashed into another vehicle. What are you thinking in that instance? I'm thinking, oh shit, somebody's hurt. Somebody's hurt. I need to go make sure that person's okay. I mean, I'm just saying, he didn't do that. He calmly walked towards the scene. Everybody else was running. He posted his gun like he was John Wayne and walked over there calmly. And I get it. Hey, you just fired a shot. Adrenaline's running. who knows? I don't know what you're going through in that moment, but it doesn't seem like a man who cared or was there to protect and serve. And I get ICE isn't protect and serving; they are there to get illegal immigrants. But even then, if I just shot somebody and they crash into a car, I'm thinking I'm acting a little bit differently.
Well, you got to think
So,
about it from like the tactical standpoint. Like, I don't know if you shoot often, but I shoot all the time, right? So he
mhm,
shot 3 rounds, right? That's what we call a standard. It's called a failure to stop drill, right? 2 to the chest,
yeah,
1 to the head. And what happens after you complete the drill? You holster your weapon. That's how it
okay.
works. So, like the psychological effect, and Pat can attest to this. Back to his background, is if I train the standard of I do 3 shots and I holster my weapon, that's what he does. He does 3 shots, he holsters weapon.
Do
That's the
we
force
know
of
if
habit.
he's trained? Do we know
He
if
is
he's
trained. He's
trained?
an ICE agent. That's the ICE qual.
Well, they've been
28
hiring
months.
people off the
Is it
street.
27 months?
It
Uh,
ain't 27 months no
I don't know what
more.
it is, but I know the shooting qual that you have to pass to carry
Yeah,
a pistol as a
it ain't 20.
Leo.
I guarantee you, they're putting ICE agents on the street without that 27 months. I mean, it's
But they still
impossible.
have the weapons training.
Okay, so you put somebody with basic weapon training in the middle of quote unquote a war zone. What do you think is going to happen? Like I said, this is meant
That's
to
how every
happen.
war in America has been won. What do you? That's where the term grunt comes from infantryman, ground ready, untrained. That means I send you to boot camp. I show you how to use the rifle, and you learn how to use it in war. It's the same concept. The difference
And
is
should
they
that
have
be
more training
acceptable?
though. But they have
Should
more
that
training though. If you
should that be so
look at the
so?
ICE police qual, to be a federal officer to carry a pistol, you have to be able to shoot like a certain distance and do a certain thing. You date back to like a Madison Pratt, right? The FBI study of the Miami shooting, right? They used to carry revolvers and stuff. And they had a big thing is they would shoot their revolver and then put the brass in their pocket. That led to police officers doing the same thing with revolvers, which turned them to using like the semi-automatic weapons we have now. It's a psychological thing. If he's taught to shoot 3 rounds in holster, he does it off of force of habit.
We don't know if he's trained. I don't know if he's trained.
But that's the shooting qual you have to pass to be an ICE officer at the bare
Okay,
minimum. It's
okay.
the same way me as an infantryman, like I carry my rifle. I don't sling my rifle on my back. It feels uncomfortable. It feels dangerous to me. There's nothing wrong with slinging my rifle on the back, but I'm trained to carry it in the front. So whenever I deviate from that standard, I do something differently. Or I put my weapon on safe every time I move. It's
I
just
hear
because
you.
that's how I'm trained. And I do it without thinking.
I hear you. Muscle memory. I get it.
And then
Hey,
like
listen.
him
It,
not being mad about her driving away, like you got to think about the psychological effect in the way the FBI has has changed training police officers in the United States. We look back against the Miami shooting; they started using people faces on targets. Why? It's quite literally desensitization training. And so I
mhm.
don't feel as much when I do it, but it's because there might not be one threat, there might be 3. So I don't get time to sob after I do it to one person.
I hear you. We have to we have to be better. And I don't know if that guy's trained. I'm saying he ain't trained enough. And the guy that walked up and tried to open the door, that's just an escalation tactic. He didn't walk up, knock on the window. He went in there with a mission.
Because she
To make
impeded police operations.
what's impeding police operation? Filming him?
So no, so they were conducting raids. A group of people showed up. She was blocking traffic and blocking the blocked SUV in traffic. Right? It was already stopped because of snow in Minnesota. That's impeding police operations. That's
Hmm.
a felony.
Okay, arrest her.
And they tried to, but she decided she wanted to drive away, and look what happened.
Yes.
If she would have been a lot prime example, right? I'm a young black male in American society. I have a carry license. You can see I am a proud gun owner and I love my Second Amendment. I carry
Mhm.
everywhere except for base because they don't allow me to. But I understand the wrongful status quo of young African Americans like myself. But when I get pulled over, even when I'm carrying, my hands are outside the window, the cop walks up. I say, hey, I'm carrying. You're going to open my door and you're going to take it off me. And then we're going to sit here and talk. But because I'm a law abiding citizen, bad things don't happen to me. But if I drive away and something bad happens, it's my fault because I'm breaking the law. We can't look at criminals all the time and say, hey, this cop is wrong because he defended himself. No, the criminal was wrong from doing those things. And I'm willing to say that half the nation wouldn't even have the same side effect if the cop didn't draw his weapon and he got ran over. How many people will go on TikTok, go on Instagram Live, and say, "I'm happy that the dirty pig is dead"?
I mean, but they
you
say the
think
same
that
thing about the other person.
exactly? Like you got people right now saying, "Hey, listen, this mother of six, yeah, she deserved it. She should, like you say, she shouldn't have drove away." I don't. I'm not sure if driving away is warrant for execution. I'm not sure of that. This is America, right?
100%. But I care about my
It
family,
don't,
so I don't break the law
okay, you
because I
care.
want to go home to my family.
You don't think she cared about her family?
If she cared more, she wouldn't have drove away.
Or maybe she was feeling agitated because a guy walked up to her with a mask on trying to open the door.
And so
I
she
don't know,
decided
man.
to drive for a two-ton
I don't
vehicle in
know
the
if
direction
like
of a police officer.
this goes back to the law abiding citizen and the law abiding cop. If I'm a law abiding cop, why am I wearing a mask walking up just trying to open a lady's door?
They said stop.
Even if she's impeding uh, official proceeding, it didn't look like she was impeding anything. That was a wide open space right there.
She was blocking the road. Hold on, I'm gonna open the video.
Oh yeah, open the video. Let's see it. Let's analyze it. Show
Oh,
it to
wrong
me
one. Hold on.
because it looked like they had plenty of space.
Did you do that, Pat?
I'm trying to get everybody on it.
There we go. Can you make it so it can show my screen? Hey, there you go. I'm gonna slow it down. How do we do this?
Graphic content. Ain't that something? Huh. Okay.
This isn't
So
the
it's
full
cars
video.
to it's cars to the left, it's cars to the right. That's a wide open lane. There's lanes on each side of that. So how is she
But
stopping them?
she's blocking traffic. She's in front of the ICE vehicle, right? She's blocking traffic. Either way, blocking a complete lane is impeding traffic by all legal senses.
Is that the
It doesn't
shoulder or is
it doesn't show the audio, but he says like get out the effing car.
I mean, obviously he said something as he walks in and try
She
to
backs up while he's holding the door. That's a crime. That's fleeing and evading. Now, mind you, the tires are facing straight.
wait. Cops are allowed to just walk up and open the door of the car?
100%.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy to me.
His lights are pulled on, right? She stopped at the time, which means he's conducting a traffic stop.
Is his
And at
lights
any
on? I
yes, they
mean,
are. When he pulls up, the lights are on. This cop's lights are on. That let me find the full video. Hold on. I need one with the audio.
it's like 100 different angles of this thing, huh?
Yeah, there are. There's a lot of people recording.
Yeah. I get what you're saying, man. I just I don't think it's right. If I'm a police officer and I'm de-escalating something, that ain't the way to do it.
You don't want to see that. I think it's 100% lawful, though.
Slavery was once legal too.
I mean, 100%. But how can we defend criminals? Like that's the justification. It's like where do we draw?
Yeah.
Where do we draw the
okay.
line from like
Okay.
from the life of regular citizens and the lives of police officers? Like, don't
Well,
get me wrong.
because you just like you said, police officers are trained. They have years and months of training on this stuff. At least they're supposed to. So why should a regular citizen who is just doing regular citizen stuff, even if they're breaking the law, why should they be more competent than a cop that has all this training?
I'm willing to say he was more than competent.
Okay. I don't think ICE as a whole is competent. But sure, sure. If I'm walking up and I'm just I'm trying to open somebody's door with a mask, what do I expect them to do?
But are police legally allowed to do that? If
I
I
don't
pull
think
up
they
with
are.
light and sirens, right? I pull up with a tactical gear on, and I clearly look like a police officer, even with a mask on, and I pull up with lights and sirens in a vehicle, even if it's unmarked.
That's scary right there, because
How is that scary?
Horowitz is a police officer, and he pulled up in lights and sirens. and he raped like 100 women or something. I
So
don't know, bro.
we're defined. Okay, if we can do that, how many people have ran away from the cops and raped and pillaged?
I hear you.
More than
I
one.
get all
So the
day long,
justification is two-sided.
all that all day long. But we're talking about regular citizens once again
But
trained.
how would they know that she's a regular citizen? What's if you're impeding traffic, right? I'm committing a
Ask,
rape because they were conducting the
ask,
rape, but she was driving away.
ask.
You can't ask when you're driving away.
I mean, if you didn't walk up to the door so aggressively, maybe she wouldn't have drove away. Maybe she would have rolled down the window and had a
But
conversation with you.
what's the justification of walking up aggressively, right? It's called show of force, right? It's called shout, show, shove, shoot, right? Those are
Yeah,
de-escalation tactics.
sure.
So
That's a de-escalation tactic.
shout, show, shove, shoot. Yes, I shout at you. I show you that I have a firearm. I try to push you back and deter you from doing anything. And then if it comes down to it, I
And
use
open the
deadly
door of the
force.
car. And legally open the door of the car. That's what you're saying.
But
Open the
why
door
were
of the
they
car.
opening the door of the car?
Why?
Because she's in a vehicle. A vehicle can be defined as a weapon.
Sitting still first? Because go back to the video. She was she in park? Was she foot on the brake? I mean, no, they wouldn't know that because they rushed up to the door anyway.
But that's what I'm saying is we're hitting the Monday night quarterback. Like
I
we're after
I
the game
I
happened,
get
we're
it.
sitting here analyzing. But the split.
Absolutely. We're after the fact. We see it from a million different angles. I get it.
Can
But
I
once
ask a question?
again,
Yeah, go ahead.
uh,
Thoughts on de-escalation tactics being more of a primary philosophical go-to.
In what capacity?
Path of least resistance.
I mean, how about not killing somebody? Whatever it takes for me not to kill anybody, let's try it.
I mean,
That's what I'm saying.
in a perfect world, escalation works.
Yeah, in a perfect world, we don't live in a perfect world. I get it.
Exactly.
So, and that's why we have imperfect people out there executing people without justification. Because, hey, listen, just like Monday night quarterback, we got to go back to the replay and look at it frame by frame. Because once again, these police officers are trained to look at things at a different viewpoint than us. So they can't see the same things we see. But tell me what you saw, because it's not mathing.
All right.
That
So
car wasn't a threat to her, and they escalated the whole situation. They
frame,
escalated everything.
frame by frame, and I wanted to put in perspective. Like I was stateside from like my first 3 years of the Marine Corps. My whole job was guarding the base. I can't say what was in the base, but I was guarding the base of some capacity. And that capacity, I had to detain multiple civilians on multiple accounts, right? So, like, my job completely is the infantry manual, where it's like in the infantry, I don't care. I'm doing different things completely the way the police officer wasn't. I'm acting in a complete capacity, almost similar to the police officer, maybe with slightly more aggression because of laws and stuff, but almost the same, right? When I'm looking at it, right, because the video is about 4 seconds long, I'm looking at it from his perspective, right? Why was he in front of the car? The windows have tint. You look at the Minnesota tint laws. The front window doesn't have as much tint. He was trying to get clear out inside the vehicle.
Wait. Once again, though, we're talking about ICE agents. We're not talking about county sheriffs. We're talking about ICE agents. They don't even know these laws. So the tent, what does that even like? We're speculating at that point. He walked in front of the car because he wanted to stop the car.
No,
It
it's
ain't
because
walking in front of the car
if
because it had tent.
Tactical scenarios, if I'm on the side of the car and I can't see clearly what's inside the car, I'm going to go to whatever angle I can, and is less constrictive for me to see inside the car, period.
Well, we
So,
need to see what angle. We need to see another angle anyway, because he comes from the other side, so he literally walks in front of the car.
so he went where he
Am I
could see.
right?
Would you? Yes, but could you agree?
Cops have been
Which can
trained
you
since
see
90. Cops have been trained since 92 not to walk in front of a car. I
in
remember back
in certain scenarios?
no,
But
in every scenario, cops have been
that is
trained since
wrong.
92 not to walk in front of cars.
That is wrong. One of my best friends right now got the Marine Corps. He's a police officer in Kinston, North Carolina. He tells me all the time, and it's the same way it works in the Marine Corps. I need to be able to see inside of the vehicle, right? I need to be able to see and get full situational awareness on what happens in front of me. So Can you agree which window's bigger, the side window or the front window?
The front window.
So which one would you rather look through? The side or the front?
Not the front of the car.
Why not?
Because it's the front of the car.
And that's why he was standing slightly in the middle where he could
I'm
angle
not
himself
walking
out the way.
Okay, I get your friend is in North Carolina. Since
I have friends who are
1992,
cops in
it has
Florida.
been policies from police officers not to walk in front of cars because, and I do remember this, a couple of police officers got hit in California and a couple other places because they were doing random traffic stops, walking in front of cars thinking somebody's going to stop, and they got hit. So cops are trained not to walk in front of vehicles.
Yeah, but by the same thing, we have the saying in the Marine Corps, and the cops say it too, right? Like the doctrine, whatever on paper does not dictate my decisions.
Wow, so we already breaking rules.
What are
This
you
is
going to
why
listen?
we
Are you
wear
going
masks.
to let me finish my statement, or you're just
I
gonna
hear
assume?
you, but I'm just saying this is why we wear masks because we're already breaking rules. But go ahead.
No, the situation doesn't. The doctrine doesn't dictate. The situations dictate, and I evolve to the situation. Policy can say that I'm not supposed to pit maneuver a car, but if I have to pit maneuver a car or save a child, I'm going to pit maneuver the car.
Understand?
Right? So he got into a situation where he thought, okay, for tactical situational awareness, I should be in front of the car.
That's what he thought. Okay.
And he's not wrong
What?
with that justification because once again, we're back to...
Wait. So we're talking about, at the grand scheme of things, just a regular traffic stop. Because she's in traffic, right? That's
It's not a regular traffic stop. She's in
No.
operations.
It is a regular traffic stop because that's what you're basing this off of. It's not anything else until the other situation happens. It is just a regular traffic stop because what's the law that she broke? She's impeding traffic.
Impeding police operations, obstruction of justice.
Obstruction of justice, police. Okay, so there you go.
Yes, if the SWAT team is driving down the road to conduct a raid, any difference from an ISOP, if any Leo, like law enforcement entity, is driving down the road, and I decide that I'm gonna block them in the middle of traffic, that is impeding operations. That is a felony. That is obstruction of justice.
Okay, gotcha. Obstruction of justice, does that still warrant execution? Well, what do you get for obstruction of justice?
I don't know what the Minnesota crime is.
Okay, is it life? Is it life?
No.
Is it 10 years? Is it 5 years?
No idea.
Okay, but it ain't life.
But the murder of a police officer is life.
Okay, I get it. But right now we're talking about obstruction of justice. That's why these officers were there taking this woman out this car.
Which is
what do you get for obstruction of justice? Because I can guarantee you it ain't life.
You can get detained. You can get snatched out of your car.
Okay. I still question that.
If a police officer pulls me over and he says I have to get out of the car, it's been proven. I can look it up what court cases came from. No matter what, if I get pulled over and a police officer says I have to step out of my car for officer safety, that is a legal order, and I have to get out the car.
Okay. What jeopardy were those officers in when they stopped that car?
What do you mean, what jeopardy?
What jeopardy? I mean, we're talking about obstruction of justice. What made that level of force jump up to where it was, I have to go open this door? Because once again, you look at the video, there's lanes of avenue that cops with sirens can go around and get through. There are cops with sirens. Now, if this lady had lurched in front of them at going 30 miles, 50 miles an hour, that's a different story. But if they stopped, she stopped, what level of enforcement is required for me to go get her? Is it just me walking up to the door and trying to open it and snatching her out the car? Or is me?
Well, they announced get out the vehicle first. They did on multiple accounts.
Okay.
They said get out the effing car on 3 counts. I watched the video.
Mm-hmm.
I can go find the full one if you need me to.
Now, once again, though, they could have went around though, right?
But she's breaking the law. I don't have to go around. She's breaking the law. There was cars on both ends of her.
Wait. And ICE is duly noted to SWAT type scenarios. So does ICE do traffic stops?
They can. They're federal officers.
No. Do ICE do traffic stops?
They can. The same way the FBI can do traffic stops.
Okay, they can. Do they usually do traffic stops?
But they can.
I said, do they usually do?
They do it in the state of Texas all the time. In 2021, there was actually a police officer murdered because of it.
Okay, so ICE does traffic stops. Go
Correct.
ahead, continue.
So they pulled her over, right? She was impeding traffic, impeding
They didn't
traffic,
pull her over.
impeding.
She was already sitting there.
Okay, so she was stopped. We can agree to that. So she decided to drive and break the law when the cops tried to stop her.
When they
Okay.
walked up and tried to open the, okay, yeah, it's a crime. Absolutely. She
Okay, so
tried
we're
to drive
defending
away.
criminals.
No, I'm, I'm trying to get to the gist of the situation. You
But so
call
we're
her a
defending
criminal.
criminals.
You
She's
call
a
her
criminal. She broke
okay,
the law.
okay, okay. She's a criminal. She tried to drive off after officer tried to walk up and open her door. They didn't de-escalate or nothing, but hey, listen, policy is policy, and they can break that policy
So
to dictate the
when the next mass
situation.
shooter happens,
What? What?
cops should de-escalate, right?
No, 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 no. What about us? You said that she broke the law.
She
What?
did.
Okay, so how many people have went to jail for life for breaking for obstruction of justice
But that's not
and
an
leave?
equivalent.
I'm just saying you're saying that these guys, this situation
What? She
rose to
got
the what
shot. She got shot because she tried to evade in the direction of a police officer.
that so how many so you evade the direction of a police officer at a traffic stop and you get shot and you die,
Yes,
and that's just it.
if you move a 2-ton vehicle at me in any situation, I don't care what capacity I'm performing in, every single time I'm gonna pick my life over yours. Period.
in
Because we're
in a
still
trap
human.
in a traffic stop doing obstruction of justice. That's what we're doing.
Yes.
So she got murdered for obstruction of justice at a traffic stop
If I pull
because the
you over because
because
you're
the
going one
officer
mile over the
because the
speed limit,
officer because the officer walked in front of the car and another officer walked over and tried to open her door. She got shot, and it's okay now.
I don't see, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful at all. We're debating tactics when I am the subject matter expert on tactics because I have 6 years of
Okay,
training on tactics.
those tactics are garbage because the whole situation is flawed. For one,
How? As
one,
someone who shoots
for
firearms
one,
every single day,
for
and firearms
see,
are my life.
see, you go straight to the shooting of the firearms. If I am an officer who is obtaining illegal immigrants, and I have one, or I'm going to get one, and this lady blocks me, and I have plenty of avenues to escape to go around. Instead, I get out of my vehicle. I try to open her door, and another officer comes from the other side of the vehicle and shoots me. That's the situation. At the grand scope of it, they had avenues to get away. They escalated the situation.
But police
I
have no
mean,
duty to retreat.
okay,
Would you have
so
the, no, hear me out. Would you have
so
no, answer my question because you've been talking for a while. If there's a school shooting happening, right, and police decide, hey, actually, I don't want to go in there and harm that dude because I don't want to kill anybody because I'm scared, right?
I mean
Would you have,
that did happen in Texas.
and those
Those
and you
officers was
voted,
waiting for what, 20
and
minutes?
they waited 20 minutes for what? For
Yeah.
reinforcements. Okay, but let's say the SWAT team
Oh,
and say, hey, I don't
now
want
it's
to deal with that.
reinforcements. No, maybe they were a little scared because they didn't go in. They went in guns heavy with the little white lady in Minneapolis, but another
We're
gun was
talking
shooting
about
and they
there's
stopped.
HRT and there's SWAT teams. There's a difference. We're talking about we're talking about a state that's a full-time SWAT team, and we're talking about a city that doesn't.
Once again,
But continue.
so you're thinking. So I'm just spitballing. You think SWAT in the middle of an operation is going to stop when they have other avenues to escape and go around and can continue their mission and bother and get this little lady out the car?
Yes,
That's
that's
what
why
they're
it's
going to
called
do.
special weapons and tactics. That's why it's called tactics, right? The tactics deviate from the policy. They deviate from the standard. We're talking
Wow.
about in America where police tactics can be Googled, right? Like I can Google what police officers do, their doctrine. Oh, I can Google a police officer isn't supposed to step in front of a car. So when they pull me over for a speeding ticket, I'm going to drive away. No, that's not how it works. That's why we deviate from the standard because they understand that everyone knows the tactics. But if I as a law-abiding citizen, or I wouldn't be a law-abiding citizen. Let's say I speed 1 mile over the speed limit, and a cop walks in front of my car, and then I decide to drive away. If I get my dome piece pulled back, I'm asking for it because I just tried to kill that cop because I moved my car in the direction of the police officer.
We're
So,
doing a lot of whataboutism and goalpost moving. To
but
be
you,
honest, I'm just
what
saying.
you're saying is that police officers should throw away their life. So their life means nothing. If they die,
No,
while they're conducting police operations, womp womp.
no. That's
Okay,
not
so
what I'm
so so
saying.
what's wrong about that cop caring about his life? At the end of the day, he saw a car moving at him, and he decided to use deadly force. The justification of deadly force is the force that a person uses causing that a person knows or should know will cause death, serious bodily harm, or injury.
That they could have avoided by going around. They couldn't have stopped. And once again, we're talking about the officer that shot. The officer that shot came from the other side, so he was in the car in the front, or he was somewhere in the front of
Yes, it
of
was the car
of
that
all of
was in
that.
front of her.
Yeah, so he came from that vehicle. So he stopped what he was doing. He wasn't even in part of it. He stopped what he was doing and walked back there. He turned around and walked towards
And
it.
what's wrong with him? Oh, so if I'm driving
Hey,
past a shooting,
hey,
I'm
hey,
supposed to keep driving because it's behind me?
wait. You just said this is a traffic stop.
What do
You
you
just
mean?
said
In
this is
any okay, so I'm a cop. I see a crime being committed. I'm supposed to drive past it.
cops do it. I mean, cops pass car accidents all the time
But
because
are they
that's what we're
supposed to?
talking about. Hey, listen, they're not supposed to walk in front of cars, but you say they can do that too.
They can deviate from policy when
Okay,
when
so they
tactics
so
justify.
so they can move the goalposts whenever it suits them, I guess, and they
That's
can be
how tactics
justified
work.
in it.
Yes, that's how tactics
Okay,
work.
okay. Hey, if that's the case, that's what it is. But you're talking about a traffic stop at the end of the day, bro. You're talking
Yes,
about a traffic
and the
stop.
police officers are trying to make their safety prominent. So because he walked in front of the car to make
Wait,
sure
wait,
that
wait, wait.
the
What did
girl
you
had
say
no
again?
weapons,
What did you say again?
you're trying to siphon the fact that it's a traffic stop. But cops get killed on traffic stops. Yes or no?
Okay, okay, but they could have. But once again, this is a trained SWAT team that
He's
has
not
a
a trained. He's an
mission.
ICE officer.
Okay, you said they was SWAT, bro. You said they were trained they got the same powers and shit as SWAT.
They
That's
have
what you
more
just said.
powers because they're federal agents. Yes.
Okay, well then they should know if I'm trying to get illegal immigrants, I'm gonna call the county cops and let them handle this traffic situation. I'm gonna continue my mission.
That's not
I'm,
how it
I'm
works.
just I'm just I'm
If they're impeding your
wait,
operations,
wait.
what
So
do you
so
mean?
so so they're
Just
impeding your
because you only
operations.
just because you only saw an SUV in the video doesn't mean they only had an SUV. What if they had a Bearcat?
Is it true that they had multiple avenues to go different ways?
For an SUV, yes, but what if they had a Bearcat? I don't know if they had a Bearcat. They're conducting
I
a
mean,
raid, so they
you
probably
can
had a
pull up the
Bearcat.
video. That looked like a lot of space on the right side of that vehicle. I mean, it
What
had
is
to
a
be a lot of
Bearcat?
space.
Do you
Wait,
know
wait,
what a
wait.
Bearcat is?
It's like a tank. But listen,
It's not a tank. It's an F-350. So going through the snow because they were in the middle of a
oh,
snowstorm in Minnesota,
oh,
the
oh, oh,
vehicle wouldn't made it through. Therefore, the vehicle was impeding traffic.
okay, I can tell you there was a lot of space because when she crashed her vehicle, she veered way right. So there was a lot of space for them to move it. I'm just stating what it is.
But not for a
What it is.
Bearcat because a Bearcat's an
Oh, wait, you
an
said an
armored
F
F
three
three
fifty.
fifty.
I used to drive a 3500. You can
It's
drive
an
that through
armored
regular
F three
traffic.
fifty
Okay, it's a little bit wider. How many wide?
and
Is it
heavier.
oversized?
Yes, it
Okay,
is. It's designed to hold an entire team.
okay. She at least veered through two lanes of traffic over there.
There
That
was
F
only
three
two lanes,
fifty.
and she was blocking one lane.
No. Go back and look at that crash. They had to run
Bring it
across the
up.
street. That was like three. That was like two or three lanes of traffic, my friend. So once again,
It was two
the
lanes. It
cop.
was an oncoming lane, an
Okay,
offcoming lane, and then
okay.
the rest of the road covered by snow.
So a Bearcat could go through two lanes of traffic, though, right?
But she was blocking one lane. It was an oncoming and an offcoming, and that was it.
I don't think that's the case, bro. She
The
veered
rest of them
way
were
right.
parked in the snow.
Go
A
back and look
Bearcat's
at.
not making it through a snow because it's two wheel
Go back
drive and
and
it's
go
up
back
armored.
and go. So why they wait? So once again, if these are so tactically trained officers, why they driving it anyway? If they can't get it through the damn snow.
Because the roads are cleared.
And we're talking about what about them anyway. We don't even know of what was behind it. So like that don't even make sense to me anyway. They have
Why won't
plenty
they
of
show us
lanes
the
to
whole
go.
angle?
The police
It
don't
doesn't
have the whole
matter.
angle. It's civilians that have it. Tell somebody to
It
post
it,
it.
it doesn't matter. They're going out to check fraudsters with a Bearcat. Whatever.
They're
They
conducting
still had
raids. That's how you conduct a raid.
yeah, check fraudsters and
Okay, you're on
they
a football
care.
team, right? You're in a football team, right?
Yeah.
If you know you're a coach, right? If you know they're about to kick a field goal, I'm gonna send out the defense. No, you send out special teams, right? Like Sketch say, special teams, special players.
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm chasing illegal immigrants, special teams, special players. They're not American citizens. They can have ties to the
Okay.
cartel for all I know.
They could be, I mean, that's what an investigation is for, though, right? These guys are supposed to be elite. They're
But
supposed to
it's
know all.
deterring, right? We're talking about de-escalation. Show of force is de-escalation.
Okay, you got me on that, I guess. I mean,
I mean, I
somebody
didn't know that.
dead,
I didn't
so
know that that was the definition.
yeah, so
Y'all's
somebody dead. So
definition.
I don't think that's de-escalating the
What do
problem,
you? Okay,
the
okay,
situation.
okay. If I go to O Block and I'm trying to stop one person and I only show up with one cop and a pistol, he might run away. But when I show up with 13 dudes in the back of a Bearcat, he gonna think twice about running away. Yes or no?
Okay, I hear you.
Same thing with illegal.
Them Somali daycare workers would definitely think twice about a Bearcat coming at them. I get it. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad. But once again, we're theorizing that a Bearcat was behind them. We're talking about a Suburban that, even if it was a Bearcat, that she veered across two lanes of traffic. They had multiple avenues to the left and to the right to
As
escape.
someone who has
They
driven
could
a
be
Bearcat,
that.
it doesn't
Wait,
make it
wait,
through
wait.
snow
Wait, now we're so we're not even talking about the Bearcat because it's snowing up there. Why would they have the fucking Bearcat up there if you can't drive it through
because the
snow?
roads were plowed. But the actual snow
No,
on the side of the road, the caked
God
up
damn it.
snow, the
Can
Bearcat's
they
not gonna
drive
make
it?
it
Can they
through.
drive it or not, bro?
They can drive it on the streets that are plowed, yes, but they're not going to drive a
Okay,
Bearcat through the snow. The
okay,
SUV got stuck on the regular road. The SUV
okay,
did, and they were
okay.
pushing it prior to that
So,
video, and she
so,
impeded that.
so let's talk back. Let's go back to that officer walking in front of that vehicle because there was multiple. There was a lot of space in there. He could have went behind the vehicle too.
But he doesn't have to.
Oh. There you go. He ain't got to. He ain't got to
What
do
do you mean?
nothing.
That's the difference. Is you're saying like
So
uh,
once again,
we're
you
talking
got these
about
trained
the
SWAT
backseat coach
ICE
shit.
officers. We're talking about these trained SWAT officers who know all these policies, but soon as it comes into a situation where they can use these, they say no. Let's just do something different. Let's freestyle this shit.
Yeah, it's called actions on in tactics, right? We call it calling it on the
Mm.
deck. That means I can know everything about the building, but when I get there, I'm gonna call it on the spot. It's called actions on for a
And
reason.
if somebody dies, then what happens? Because you
What do you
broke
mean then what
protocol.
happens?
So you went through the wrong side of the building. One of your officers got shot behind you. Who's at fault for that?
That's why we have SMEs on tactics. They're called subject matter
Wait, wait.
experts.
Who? Wait. So now there's subject matter experts that
Yes.
are going to verify that you should have did the thing that you didn't do, and
Yes,
somebody
that's
died.
who should be judging him, not the TikTok community, that the YouTube community, the Instagram community. Because you're
Okay.
debating I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but you're debating
No, I hear you.
tactics and not knowing tactics.
I,
You get what I'm
I,
saying?
you're absolutely right. I am a regular American citizen that don't know any tactics. So it it it's incumbent upon the professionals to know those. It's
Yes. And so
incumbent
if
upon
he
the guys with guns to know those tactics. I mean, I'm
yes,
just
and you as a regular citizen, who are you to say that when he deviated from the policy that he's wrong? Because maybe there was a reason for him to
because he
deviate.
deviated from the policy.
But deviating from the policy doesn't make you wrong. There's so many mass
Oh,
shootings
okay.
that don't stop because someone
You,
deviated from the policy.
hey, so you work at McDonald's. The fries say, "Hey, cook it for 4.5 minutes," and you say, "Man, I need these. I'm gonna cook them in 3 minutes and 50 seconds," and it's wrong. And they come back. Yeah, you were justified that you need the fries, but somebody's like, "Hey, man, these fries ain't right." Did you deviate policy and should somebody be punished for that?
Yes, you deviated policy, but he didn't have a
Okay.
justification for deviating the
No,
policy.
you did. You needed to.
Oh,
You
okay.
needed to hurry up and
I
get the
got you.
drive-through going.
I got you. Ready? So there's this thing we call hostile act, hostile intent, right?
Mm.
So hostile intent or hostile act is something like you're carrying a firearm, you're in a car driving it towards me, etc. Right? Hostile intent means you're doing something actively. So you're driving it towards me within 5 meters. You have that gun and you raise it and pointing at me, right? That's the intent. So you have to have both to execute deadly force. Was the hostile act there? Yes, she was in the vehicle. Was the intent there? Yes, she drove it towards a person. That together, that makes the box a deadly force.
Well, this is what I'm gonna say. I mean, if a guy is coming at me trying to open my door window, am I looking through the
He's
front
not a
window?
guy. He's a police officer.
Okay, the police officer is trying to open his door. Am I looking through the front window? You can say that she intent to do that.
I can say that she definitely looked through the back window and backed up, and then looked through the front window.
You think she looked through the back window?
Well,
she didn't back up far.
But she backed up.
She did.
So she looked down, put it in drive, and didn't look in front of her. That's what you're telling me.
I'm saying, well, go back, look at the video. She didn't back up.
No, you're not answering the question. When you put your car in reverse, and you think you're putting it in drive when you back up, you put it in drive, and you look through the front window. Yes or no?
I look at the reverse camera, and then put it in drive. Yeah,
and then you look through the front window, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
But
thank you.
Hey, yeah. But the video evidence ain't helping you because the officer wasn't in front of the car at that time. He was already to the side when she went forward.
He was in front of the car when she went forward.
No, he wasn't.
Oh my God!
Go and look at it. No, he wasn't in front of her. He was on the side of her. I mean, he was out of the way. Look.
He was not.
I got this. No.
I watched
the windshield. Now look at the windshield the way he shot. He didn't shoot through. He shot through the front, but he shot through right at that corner driver's side. He shot at that driver's side, that corner driver's side. I saw that bullet hole clearly. So,
all right.
How was he in the front of the car at that time?
Let me first off, have you ever shot a gun before? Period.
Yes, I've shot guns.
Okay, so can we agree that when I don't know how much you know gun science, but when you pull the trigger, right, the bullet travels faster than the speed of sound when we're talking about 9mm. 9mm is not subsonic.
Uh-huh.
We can agree for that. Okay. So we can see the video?
Yeah.
This is in slow motion. Firearm pulled. Look at the tires.
He's on the side, baby.
He is not on the side.
He is
the
on the side.
round is fired before then.
Bro, he's not in front of the car.
What do you mean he's not in front of the car?
Because if he was in front of the car, she would have hit him.
The smoke doesn't work that way. He fired the shot before he was here. This is when he fired the shot. That's why the smoke comes after.
Right there. Look where his feet are. He's on this, bro. He's not in front of the car.
The smoke comes out at this point. That does not mean the round is fired. I will show you so many videos of me shooting my own personal firearms that are more expensive than his doo-doo ass Glock 17.
He's not in front of the car, man.
You clearly don't know. You don't know ballistics if you think he's not in front of the car. Just because the smoke comes out and you hear the sound after that, rounds are not 9mm isn't subsonic.
You're talking about the gun and all that stuff. I'm talking about when she put it in drive, he wasn't in front of the car.
What do you mean? He
wasn't in front of the car when she put it in drive.
Are the reverse headlights on? He's in front of the car right now.
No, she's moving forward right now.
Look at how her tires are oriented towards him.
Towards him.
Which means he's in front of the car.
Look, and it was somebody in the back of it too, huh? That's a smart guy right there. He went to the back of the vehicle.
He's a civilian. Okay. This dude's a civilian. He shouldn't be here.
Okay.
But that's where I saw he walked around the SUV at.
Yeah. Back. Yeah. Okay.
He's presented.
So
let's look at the lane.
Mathematically, at one point within the physics, she's technically in front. So there is like angles, like mathematics and angles she had in order to back up that way and then turn that way, being that he walked around, there was a point. I mean, absolutely.
Let's go back to the escape route that the ICE agents could have took to complete their mission. Because look at all that road over there. Look at all that road. That's a lot of road over there that gets through.
There's snow right there. Mind you, another vehicle was already stuck, and she's blocking the vehicle from being pushed out by police officers. That was already stated by the director of Homeland Security.
Okay, so once again, there was police officers already there on the scene.
There were ICE agents there, and their vehicle got stuck, and they were pushing it out. This vehicle was impeding it being pushed out.
Okay, so they were stationary. They were stuck.
That doesn't mean okay.
No. Wait.
I'm gonna explain. There's this thing in tactics called the ambush, right? So we do it all the time. So what I do is, right, as I stop somehow operations from being conducted, right? I force them in one area, i.e., her being stopped, right? And then a crowd forms up. There's regular civilians in the crowd, 100%. That doesn't mean they can use the crowd to mask an ambush. All the ICE agents want to do is get away and continue conducting operations. This vehicle being stopped and a crowd of people directly pits the civilians they apprehended and the ICE agents in jeopardy. So all they want to do is continue operations, push the vehicle out and be able to do that. But this vehicle is impeding that. So to sit here and say that a criminal, because that's what she is a criminal, has some kind of justification from doing this. Be like, yo, she should walk away scot-free every single time, even though she tried to drive towards a police officer after impeding police operations, right? It's delusional. So every single gangbanger, every single mass shooter, because they're running away, we should just leave them alone. Because a person has a firearm and they're driving away, we should leave them alone. Because who knows she has a gun in the car or not?
So, well, I mean, if she had the gun and she wanted to shoot somebody, she should have shot them while they were stopped, right? Because they were stopped for a minute. They were stuck in the snow. I mean,
just because she should
if
have
I
doesn't
was
mean she would.
if I was a criminal and I wanted to take some people out and they were stuck in the snow, it'd be pretty easy to do at that point.
Criminals don't use tactics. That's why they're criminals.
Okay. Gotcha.
That's why gang members use switches, because fully automatic pistols are ineffective.
So once again, this car is stuck in the snow, and this lady pulls up, and she stops, and it's a pause, because
it's a 4-second pause.
I mean, we don't know that the car just got stuck. The car got stuck 4 seconds ago.
The police officers pulled up in the entire video between the first shot and the cops.
I'm talking about the car. I'm talking about the cops in the front vehicle that got stuck.
You mean the same lady that was stalking them during the entire operation for the last 30 minutes?
So a civilian is stalking police officers now.
It's not a crime, but she was. That's signs of an ambush.
Okay. So this lady,
I got about 5 minutes.
So this lady in this Honda Pilot, about 2000, is a master criminal, and she about to ambush this first car that's been stuck for how long we don't know. But
the cartel uses fucking Tacomas to hit 50 cals on Tacoma.
So this car is stuck here, and the officers know that this car is behind them. They couldn't go over and talk to her. They tried to say, hey, ma'am.
They said get out the fucking car, and she decided to drive away.
Okay. So which officer said, the one that walked up, or the ones that got stuck in the car?
Both these officers.
So the one that got stuck in the car was saying, get out the fucking way, because they ain't nobody in their way. They stuck.
No, they were pushing the car.
Oh, they were outside the car pushing it already?
Yes.
What's the longest video out there from start to finish?
It's the one from the 4-hour angle where you can't see anything because the tree's in the way.
So let's just break it down. A car got stuck with officers in it while they were completing the mission, with other officers tailing them. They get out to push the car. This lady comes up and stops them. It stops. She don't get out the car. She just stops right in the way of this other car right here that they're trying to push out the way. This guy gets out the car, get the fuck out the way, tries to open the door. The guy, and I'm assuming that's where it came from, the guy who shot her is already knowing that this lady's been behind him for a minute now. I mean, even if it's 30 seconds, she know. I mean, how long?
That doesn't mean he has to get out the car.
Okay, but he did get out the car though, didn't he?
When the other officers arrived, continue.
Okay, no, wait. Was he out the car? Or was he pushing the car? Was he pushing the car? Or was he in the car?
The guy in this vehicle got out the car, and the other officers arrived.
Okay, so they wasn't pushing the car at that point then.
The car that pulled up isn't the car that's stuck. It's a car that went around.
I'm talking about the car that's stuck.
Yes, they're still at the car pushing it.
So they're at the car pushing it. So they know this car is behind them. They know it's behind them.
Not behind them, in front of them. But continue.
No, I'm still talking about the car in front, because that's the guy that shot her. He came from the front.
Yes, it's this thing, so he's trying to stop her from fleeing.
Okay.
It's a mentality.
She wasn't fleeing. She was stopping. I mean,
her driving away was fleeing. It's to prevent her from fleeing.
Okay.
It's a de-escalation tactic.
But we're talking about the front vehicle.
Yes,
she wasn't driving away. Nothing. She was stopping them. I don't see how she stopped them from pushing it. They still could have pushed it out the snow.
And what happens when it catches the ice and it keeps going and crashes her car? Who's liable then? The police department.
Okay.
And then the crash is impeding the convoy at that point.
Okay. So these guys are stuck. They get out. They try to push the car. This car comes behind them. They then turn their attention not to the stuck car, but to the car that's been behind them for, let's just say, 30 seconds already. And then he walks in front of it, and that's all this happens. Is that what we're saying? And we're
We
saying
can
that are we saying that this officer felt so threatened for his life at that moment in time, but not when but not when they were out the car pushing it? Is that what we're saying?
because a mob started forming at that point.
A mob.
Okay,
So
not a mob, but
actually,
a mass of
wait,
people. We'll call it that.
wait. So now a mass of people are there. So this car has been here for a minute now, and she wasn't no threat.
They were just filming the raid because that's what people do.
Oh, okay. They were filming a raid. She stopped. They were pushing the car out the snow. How long was that? Even if it was 30, I'm going with the bare minimum, 30 seconds to a minute. She wasn't a threat at all. She wasn't a threat.
What do you just because there isn't a present threat doesn't that's not how tactics work. And that's what I'm saying is people are sitting here not understanding tactics, right? If I'm a cartel member, because we can agree, I don't know how much cartel videos you watch, but my friends got
Wait. We keep talking about this. What we talk about this whatism. We talk about
but that's
cartel
what
members.
police officers work in. They work in the whatism.
This lady was behind them for 30 seconds to a minute.
That's how that doesn't mean there weren't guns aimed on her. We work as what tactics are working in the whatisms.
Holy shit! So they were pushing their car to snow while trained guns were aimed on them, and they didn't
they can
take notice
100%
to
can
it.
be. They know they probably took notice, and that's why vehicles pulled up.
By the way, those windows ain't that tinted. You can see through. But go ahead.
What do you mean? You can barely see a reflection in the back window. You can't even see the officer.
Is the other window open?
The driver's side's open. Yes.
Hey, they didn't go to the back window.
But the cop in front, right? His avenue of best anglage. Where is it from?
The cop that was.
It looks like the other window's open.
Wait, on the other side.
Wait.
Yeah,
they were pushing. Yeah, it was open because when they showed the body, the door was open. Can you see my hands
from there?
So wait. She pulls up behind them for 30 seconds to a minute with the windows down, screaming and yelling at them while they pushed the car out the snow, and she wasn't a threat at all at that point.
What do you mean? This is why civilians don't belong in gunfights. This right here is crazy. This is why I'm a firm believer that regular people shouldn't. This is why regular people shouldn't be able to have firearms here.
Wait, what gunfight? Ain't no gunfight, bro.
Because tactics are designed to avoid gunfights.
Okay, but we already said you can deviate off the tactics. But besides that point, she was behind them for 30 seconds to a minute with her window down, screaming and yelling at them, and she wasn't a threat.
That doesn't mean there wasn't a gun pointed on her.
Did they find a gun in the lady's car? Because you keep talking about a gun.
No, obviously, that doesn't mean someone wasn't pointing a gun at her. So, okay, she pulls up.
We're talking about what about
ICE agents are conducting a raid.
We're talking about this situation right now. She's screaming and yelling at him. If she wanted to shoot him and she had a gun, she should have shot him. Am I right?
No.
What are we talking about?
That's not how
she
that
didn't have no gun. She was screaming and yelling at ICE agents that got stuck in the snow.
What do you mean? You can scream and yell, have a gun, and not pull it. That's not how it works. All I'm saying is that just because she was parked here, she could have been parked here for 30 minutes for all I care. They can be in the middle of conducting a raid. That doesn't mean cops are going to leave the house and go towards her. That's not how that works. What it means is someone did not
stop the raid and went towards her.
They did not stop the raid. They finished the raid, and then after the raid, they went and found her.
So now they got somebody in the car. Once again, they completing the mission, and we still talking about a traffic stop.
What? Oh my God! I need a whiteboard. I wish there was a way I can draw this thing.
I'm just trying to get to the. I get that you got policies that you don't follow all the time, and rules and regulations and all that stuff. I'm talking about this situation right here. ICE agents got stuck in the snow. This lady came and parked behind them with her windows down, screaming for 30 seconds to a minute, probably more, while they pushed their car out the snow. It only escalated when another car pulls up. An officer pulls on the door. She tries to drive off, and the officer that was pushing the car out the snow comes around the front of the vehicle. None of these
officers were pushing the vehicle out of the snow. The officers that are still pushing the vehicles out the snow are behind them.
Oh, behind what? Because I don't see nobody.
They're way behind the SUV that these guys came out of. I would say way behind, probably 5-10 meters.
Wait. So this car that's got stuck in the snow in the front of this SUV, what's the purpose? I thought they were pushing the car. This
is not the stuck car, nor is this a stuck car. The car is probably 5 to 10 meters behind the Honda.
Oh, so this had nothing to do with that anyway. Why were you talking about it?
What do you mean?
I thought the front car was stuck. So both of these cars can just go away if they need to. They can just drive off.
But the car behind them can't go away because it's stuck in the snow. Nor can the officers in the mob behind them. That's okay. Okay. So,
So
no. Hear me out. Tactics, right? Let's say I just conducted a raid, right? I'm responsible for the civilians in the back of my vehicle, whatever they are, SUVs, Bearcat, whatever. There's a mob of people forming, right? A mass. I won't call them a mob because they weren't doing anything to police officers. There's a mass, and there's this vehicle impeding my traffic, right? Impeding me going forward, especially with the vehicle also being stopped. Is she creating a threat to my operation? Because if I get that vehicle unstuck,
I'm saying if a mob had formed and I was trying to get away, there's plenty of ways I can just go around.
not if a vehicle's stuck. I don't know if that vehicle that is stuck even has people in it. Maybe it does. Maybe it has the arresting officer, and they can't go to the jail with those people without that person.
What does that matter? You got your mission. They in the car. Drive off. Call local police to handle it. The people
The
are
mission
mad
still has to be
because
finished.
the people are mad because you got people in the car. Drive off with the people in the car that you apprehended and continue on.
What
to
if
your
the
holding.
vehicles that stuck have the people that are apprehended in it?
Is that what happened?
I don't know, but it still is a possibility.
Because
we're
now
sitting here
we're talking.
backseat quarterbacking with half the information. We're backseat quarterbacking with half the information, and we're not knowing anything. All I'm saying is, if I am that cop in front of that vehicle, and someone drives it towards me, at the end of the day, I'm doing the same thing that he's doing every single day because I want to make it home back to my family.
But to make it clear, it's policy not to walk in front of a car, but you can quarterback this thing and do whatever you want whenever you need to.
He didn't walk behind the car because there's another person behind. There's a civilian. I don't know what that civilian has. How many videos can you find on police activity where a person doesn't have a firearm, doesn't have a knife, and a police officer walks up and he stabs to them?
Wait. So these people that are forming with cameras and everything, the cops are scared of these guys too?
They can be. Why would I not be? Look, if you go right now, you look up police activity. I watch it all the time. You go on there. There's so many people. Cops pull up. They're nice. They're courteous. They're respectful. And they say, hey, what are you doing? And then someone pulls a knife out on them and they stab them to death.
Yeah.
These people are afraid. So yeah, the guy that was behind the vehicle right here, not 2 seconds ago, the cop didn't want to walk past him. Yeah, he's afraid of him. And he has every right to because he's a human being just like everyone else. Yes, he has 100% right to defend his life because he is a human being like everyone else. I'm willing to say if you were put in the exact same scenario somewhere in Florida, right? Because Pat knows you, so I assume you know in Florida, and you had a firearm and someone drove past you and you had the proper training, you would take the same avenue this dude did. Because at the end of the day, he just wants to make it home back to his family the same way everybody else does. If she cared about making it home back to her family as much as that officer did, she wouldn't have drove and everyone would have made it back home safely. But we can't sit here. We can't sit here and criticize police officers for being human beings and want to go back to their families the same way everyone else was, because then we're evil.
Hold on. We absolutely can criticize trained officers of the law. We absolutely should because
I wouldn't consider myself as criticizing.
Wait. And also
the 18-year-old that signed his life away from the military, and he dies in combat. His life doesn't mean crap because you don't believe in what he's dividing for.
But that's why we follow policy though too, right? That way you don't get in those situations.
The policy is designed to protect the Joe Schmo, the trainee that doesn't have any training. But after I'm on the job and I understand the policy, I can deviate from it. Because the situation dictates. Policy can say that I don't.
Wait, did you say since I'm a seasoned veteran, I can just freestyle this thing? I can
not all the time, but you're not listening to me because I say situation dictates. Prime example, right? In the Marine Corps, we have this thing. We say frag every room. We throw a frag grade in every single room, right? Because it raises it lowers casualties, makes people come back for us. But depending on the environment, I might not frag every single room. What if it's plywood? Like what if the house is made of plywood? You know, I'm not gonna frag it because the frag shrapnel can go through it and it can harm my friends. Right? But policy says I should frag it, right?
I mean, hey, if policy say you
Okay,
can do it, right?
exactly. No, but just
Yeah.
because policy says it doesn't mean it's right. That's what I'm saying.
Once again, slavery was once legal, but what we're talking
That
about.
doesn't mean anything. You're a football coach. You're a teacher.
No, I mean, I guess so, sort of.
How many things the policy say teachers shouldn't talk about, shouldn't do, but they still do it? But
They
it's
still
right in the
do.
justification. They're in the justification of kids because it's what they should do. But policy says they shouldn't. Hey, if
Bad
we want
policy
to talk
should be
about
rewritten,
policy,
right?
hey, policy is almost law. So we're talking about police holding policy. What about the fact that she didn't have the policy of the law of the land to get out of the car when police officer says so? That's a
That,
legal policy.
I
It's a
don't think
law.
that's the law of the
No,
land.
you're picking and choosing because the law of the land, right? It's a Supreme Court says the police officer says you got the vehicle on a traffic stop, which means I stop you with sirens, which they did. She was stopped. They pulled out sirens. That makes it a traffic stop. She's supposed to get out the car, so she defied the policy. So she's just wrong with the officers. But now you're picking. No, now you're picking and choosing. That's what I'm saying. You can't pick and choose. That's not how it works. I'm not saying the cop is wrong. He should lose his job 100%, but he should not go to jail. He did not murder.
I want to
in
go
cold
on
blood.
record as saying, I want to go on record as saying, I just want to look at the policies and maybe consider the context of who that lady is in relation to, because if it comes out she's some warlords, something wild like that, of course. But we talking about
Don't
this
put that
lady
in the
don't have
atmosphere
no
because they
criminal history.
listening and they're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, that's what she is." But go
No,
ahead,
because that doesn't matter because they didn't know that. You think they're running tags?
yeah,
And pulling
you're
information
right. You're right.
beforehand?
They didn't know that, and I'm hard pressed to believe that a lady sitting behind a vehicle for 30 seconds to a minute is willing to do harm with her windows down. Her windows are down.
I can pull up
I'm
videos
hard
right now.
pressed. I'm hard pressed to sit here and say, "Hey, this lady is a criminal and she deserved every bit of that." I'm just hard pressed to say that, my man. I'm
So
not. That's
So if I
weird.
go on police activity right now and I find somebody with no criminal record that was nice to the cops at first and then shot and killed them out of nowhere, will you believe me that it happens all the time?
You're gonna find those. You're
It does
absolutely gonna
happen.
find
It
those.
does happen.
Yeah,
Exactly. And so what's
you're gonna
wrong from
find
this
those.
situation than any other one? All these police officers were doing were trying to get back home to their family the same way
They could,
everyone else is.
if they
And
were
if
trying to
she
get
would have
back home, they could
and
have went
if she
around.
would have and if she
I
was
respect that enough.
and if she would have
That
followed
enough.
the law, everyone would have been fine.
Yeah, I'm hard pressed to
And
believe
that's
that.
where I'm at. If American citizens had the due diligence to understand that at the end of the day, we're supposed to follow police actions, a police officer can be completely in the wrong, right? And I carry a gun every day. You know what I'm saying? They can be completely in the wrong and they can do something and they'll go to jail. Look at the black guy. He was carrying his gun illegally, had a concealed carry. The cop pulled it out, accidentally shot him in the leg. And what happened to that cop? She lost her job and he got $2 million.
Man, I'm sorry. I'm laughing at you that, if everybody understood the law, we got a criminal president, and if everybody understood the law,
What do you
we'd
mean?
be okay.
That's what I don't understand the justification. The same people that call Trump a criminal will defend criminals because at the end of the day, she was a criminal because she broke the law. Yes or no?
For a
Did she
traffic
break the
stop.
law? But did she break the
For
law? Yes or no?
Definitely broke the law.
she for a
But
traffic
you're
infraction,
trying to
yeah.
justify. Is she a criminal? Yes or
No,
no? It's a
yeah,
yes. No. It's
she's a criminal.
binary. Okay,
She's
so
a
how can you
criminal.
say the president's a
I,
criminal
but
and he
I'm
should go
not
to
sure we
jail
should
and
be
he shouldn't be
executing people
president?
for a traffic stop.
But they didn't execute for the traffic stop. They executed her for moving a vehicle in the direction of a police officer. That's what she was
And
executing.
that's questionable, and that's where the gray. That's not even a gray area. She shot. He was literally outside of the vehicle. But go ahead.
But backseat quarterback, and how would you know that?
Yeah,
You think
yeah, I hear
you think
I
is he
mean,
staring at
that
is he staring at the tires or is he staring at the threat in front of him? Because there's this thing called you don't shoot all the time, but I do, right? It's
the
called
threat
eye
that was
muzzle target.
the,
I
the
stare at
threat
the
that was
target,
there
I
for
present
30
my weapon,
seconds
I
to a
bring it in.
minute. The threat that was there for 30 seconds to a minute, not doing anything, just screaming out the open window.
What do you mean? We
That's the threat.
how
That's
many videos can I find of people that sit there and the police talk to them for 30
I
seconds
hear
or a
you,
minute
bro. I
and they
hear
whip
you.
out a
Hey,
gun from out of nowhere?
listen. I get it, and then everything else will be justified. This didn't happen this way. We
But
can't
we
keep
can't
talking
sit up
about
out there and
how
talking
many.
like it. You're backseat
Yes, we
quarterbacking
can, cause
because the dude is scared for his
guess
life.
what? Cause guess what? In football, you can replay, and we see the replay now. And, and guess what?
100%.
And
But this
guess what?
isn't football. This is
If you
people
follow
lives.
policy, we wouldn't be in this situation.
And what I'm saying is if the cop died, you wouldn't be in the situation where you're on the
If
chat
he died,
talking about people dying. You wouldn't be
if he
doing that.
died,
You
if
wouldn't
he
be
died,
saying police
if he died
officers
from
should
bad,
have better
if he
policies
died from
so
bad
they have a
policy,
higher
we should
survivability.
redo the policy. But if the
But you
policy was
wouldn't be
not to
here.
walk in front of a
That's what I'm
vehicle, and he
saying.
walked in
But
front
you
of the
wouldn't.
vehicle,
If he died, you wouldn't be over here. We should review policy. You wouldn't be on here arguing with me. That's what I'm saying.
wait,
It's your
hold on,
your
hold on.
justification for human life stops at police officers.
Wait. Why wouldn't I say review policy if a police officer died unjustly?
Because I've seen your
That's
comments on
wrong.
Facebook. That's why.
Oh, then you don't know me. Then you don't know me. I'm
That's
sorry.
why. Because I'll be
You read.
stalking Pat Page.
I hear you, but then you don't know me because I am a true lifer. I believe in life. Nobody should be unjustly executed or murdered
And I
doing their
believe that evil
job,
should be
do,
terminated at all
do,
means necessary so
do,
good citizens
doing
can
their
live the way
job,
they're supposed to.
or filming the police and being and acting aggressively towards. Nobody should lose their life over this. Trust me, bro. Don't go there now. I don't
What do you
believe in
mean?
executing people. This is why I'm here.
Hey,
Because she shouldn't have been executed.
the next time a police officer is killed in undue justice, I expect you on Pet's live stream, or if not, I'm gonna judge you. That's
We gonna judge anyway, bro. That's fine. But if a police officer is shot unjustly and policy needs to be reviewed, it needs to be reviewed. In fact, it's probably why we're here because people have
what do
police
you mean?
officers
And
died
human
jumping in front of
society
cars,
and
and that's why
human
they say go in the
society
back
needs
of
to
it.
be
But
reviewed.
even though you said that policy can be adjusted on the fly, see that's why we go back to policy.
Yes, because there's this thing called the shall and may rule. I told Pat about this earlier, right? It's called like a police officer shall not walk in front of the vehicle, right? That means shall. That means in most situations I won't, but I can. But when it says I may not walk in front of a vehicle, that is 100%. That means in no scenario I can do that. That's how laws work.
So what about it? Yeah, that's how laws work. That's bad law apparently. Somebody died because he chose.
That's how you got a speeding ticket. By the way,
wait. So that lady died because he could not walk in front of the vehicle, but he decided to walk in front of the vehicle and make a bad decision.
You ever got pulled over?
Yeah, I have.
You ever got pulled over and not got a speeding ticket?
I got pulled over this morning. Pulled over this morning. No, I was chasing a lady that ran the school bus. She ran the school bus, and I chased her down the street. The cop pulled me over.
You ever been
to go watch this Miami game?
I don't know why you're doing that.
Yeah, we over here having a good discussion. You're bugging. You're not talking.
Hey, it's Miami. Why you want to go watch that, bro? Hey, listen, we'll talk about that later. You ain't got too much time. Enjoy it while you can.
Yeah.
But hey, I'm almost done too. I got other stuff to do, and we are having a good conversation. I'm not mad at it at all.
Yeah, me either. There's no beef.
Yeah, different points of views.
That officer shit. Like when you're the actual person, like it's different. I get it. It's hard. It's a tough situation. That's why me personally, I'm putting my shit in park, even without all that rah. I'm just putting my shit in park because I've already figured that out.
Bro, I'm a black man. Listen, I roll down every single window and put my hands on the steering wheel. Ain't nobody crazy around here.
We on the same scenario.
I'm a big black man. As soon as they see me in the car, they got their hands on the gun. All right, it is what it is. All right.
You see what I carry? You see how I am? I'm stopping. My hands out the window when I get pulled over.
When I jumped out the car today, and that was stupid of me. I jumped out the car because I'm telling the officer to stop the car that's passing us, and he has his hands on his gun. He's like, yo, what's going on? I'm like, oh fuck, man. Now I'm
brother.
Listen, bro,
brother, you don't jump out the car.
It's okay. Yeah, I jumped out the car. I jumped out the car, and he immediately put his hands on his weapon. I said, God damn it, man. I just turned the whole situation around now. They looking at me. All right, man, I'm cool. This car ran, like I had to put my hands up and tell them the whole situation. You know, luckily it was 6 o'clock in the morning, and I looked a hot mess. So he was like, yeah, this dude ain't finna change nothing today. But
I'm telling you, bro, I carry every single day. And I've been pulled over carrying this thing right here. You know what I'm saying? And I hands out the window every single time.
To be honest with you, when I opened the door, a gun was. Yeah, that could have went totally bad. Now that I think about it, I gotta stop doing that shit.
I'm telling you, bro. I got a whole. I'll send you this black dude, young black dude, got this whole thing about getting pulled over when you carrying. You know what I'm saying? Big black in America.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. You got to be special about it. So I ain't
So
mad at
so
that.
so in other words, don't fuck with ICE.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that I agree with what ICE is doing by any means, but you got to understand the situation and what they're fighting against. And no, and I feel like people take it out of reference. It's like some of these dudes who just turned 21, they just got their right to carry. Now they're going to be police officers. They went to the boot camp, and it's the same way as like somebody that's 18-year-old and going to fight another war. These people
That's
just got
that's a
jobs
big problem, by the
the
way.
same way we
Yeah.
do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they don't, even if they disagree with their jobs and they're like veterans in this shit. They just have their jobs. They're trying to feed their families, and people not understanding that they're doing their due diligence, and they might not even be wrong. They just care about getting home. So if we think about every single one of them being evil, and we make them evil, sometimes we have to defend ourselves because they're people, and that's the problem. Is everybody thinks they're the bad guy, but who are the bad guys? It's the policy and the laws. So if you want the laws to change, vote different. Call your congressman, call your senator. Actually, go out and vote because black people hate to do that. When you look at the polls, and that's how we have to. That's how it comes down. Is anybody who's mad at this shit go vote? But they're not. That's the reality. Is they're not. The demographic
Okay.
of me ain't voting, and if they voted, we wouldn't be in this situation.
Okay.
Oh wow.
And well, that's a whole nother theory about that. That's a whole nother hour and a half. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. Policy is policy. Bad policy needs to be changed. If I'm above board, if I'm doing everything I need to do, and we are protecting the rights of Americans, peace and service, justice, and all that stuff, take off the mask. Take off the mask.
Can't get behind it.
Police don't wear masks. They shouldn't. We shouldn't, because you know why? Because a couple of people got abducted and raped by these guys pretending to be ICE agents just recently. We know about the bad police officers already that don't wear a mask already. So we're just adding that extra level of comfort for, you think, the people that are trying to save us, and it's actually the criminals that are taking advantage of it too. So
I can't
bad
agree with
policy
that.
needs to be rewritten. Bad policy needs to be written, and policy that isn't followed need to be disciplined.
Can't agree
That's
with
where it
that.
goes.
Hey, my friends got sent to the border. All of them wearing masks for a reason because they got families back home. They didn't ask to be sent there. The government sent them there. They're just trying to do their due
We're
diligence and serve in the military. But now
we're
they're at the
talking about
border.
abroad. Yeah, we're talking about abroad, and I get all that stuff. But if what you're doing in the United States of America is rounding up quote unquote illegal immigrants that at courthouses or whatever at their houses, and I get it. Drug dealers are everywhere, and they could be in basements. But this little lady, you like we got to be able to assess the situation. Those guys are trained to assess the situation and
I know
to
little
rise.
ladies like not
I
disrespecting you. I'm not
I
saying you're
get
not
it,
capable. I know little ladies that's
Griselda. I get it.
more dangerous than you because they're
I,
Marines.
they probably are. I get it. So, but once again, it has to be risen to that level, and it didn't have to be risen to that level with that situation. In my opinion, and the video's opinion, it didn't need to be risen to that level.
Hey, look up the Fort Hood
I mean,
shooting.
I mean, I mean,
Little
I
white
mean, they
dude.
had.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
120 pounds.
I mean, listen, we're talking about officers that could have went around and went back to get her. They had her license plates and everything. They could have just went back to get her. You
License
know,
plates don't dictate crimes, though. That's the thing. Some
I
I
hear
let
you,
people.
man.
I just got surgery. I let people drive my truck all the time. Somebody went and drove. They told me they was driving to my truck
That,
to Virginia. They was
but
speeding,
but
got caught by a camera. I'm not paying for that shit. But it
but
came
but
back up
isn't
to my license plate.
but isn't that the point of an investigation too, my man?
ICE don't conduct those. You.
I
It's
Whoa.
situation dictates. You know what I'm saying? It's
Don't
like
don't 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 say that crazy shit. What you mean they don't conduct investigations?
not for impeding traffic, for doing shit like that. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you,
So
you gotta
so
think of it
so
like
so they shouldn't have got out the car in the first place. Then we can get
because
going
they were
back
impeding
around to
the
this.
operation. Yeah, they should have. But like you gotta
Okay.
think of it in the grand scheme, right? And I'm not like we on the agreement dude should leave his job, and that's the crazy part that we're only disagreeing about the longevity. Dude should have lost his job 100%. He should. I'm in firm agreement.
Yeah, he definitely. I mean,
But
yeah, he
prison
definitely.
time, I don't get behind prison time at all. Should he not be an ICE agent? Everybody not cut throughout it. At the end of the day, it's like teachers. Some people fumble through the cracks. No way we can be
ICE
100%.
agent or any law enforcement agent able to carry a gun legally and be in control of
Hey,
situations
I'm in the
because he
Marine
wasn't
Corps.
in
You know what I'm
control of that
saying?
situation.
Hey, in the Marine Corps, some dudes can run a 3 mile that one time they have to in boot camp and they never do it again. People fumble through the cracks.
Yeah,
That's just how it
I get
is.
you.
And in the police department, you know what I'm saying? ICE agents, the FBI, it's like that. People fumble through the cracks.
That's why we have policy, and we should be revising those policies.
And dudes should get fumbled, but the policy shouldn't change because one dude made it seep this way through the cracks. I just kicked the dude out probably 2 months ago before I got my back surgery because he fumbled through the cracks. He just wasn't cut out to be a Marine. But that don't mean we should change Marine Corps policy. He just no matter what we do, somebody gonna fumble through. That's just
So
how
I
it
get
works.
that. I get that. But this is more than a fumble. Somebody's life is gone because
He fumbled through, and it's sad
bad
somebody lost
agent.
their life.
Yeah, it's a bad.
But if we make
Bad
the standard
agents.
too high, no
Bad
one's gonna
agency.
join. If I ask everybody in ICE
I,
to shoot like me, they'll never make it.
I,
But
I
I see
think
competition. You know what I'm saying?
I think when we are involving human lives, it should be the highest standard, no matter what.
But no one's ever gonna make it if we do that. You know what I'm
We
saying?
we 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 got to be better than this.
Like if I ask every Marine to shoot like me, they're not gonna do it.
I hear you. I hear you.
Y'all gonna let me go watch football?
Yeah,
Yeah, man. We're gonna. I'm getting
yeah.
tired of looking at that
We can
anyway.
be in this whenever. I don't go to work till the 22nd.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. We might do it again then.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we can do it
we gotta do it
again.
on Facebook and get lit.
Right. Yeah. Let's do it.
All right, I'll have a camera up next time. I got you.
Yeah,
Okay,
y'all be
then,
easy.
y'all.
God bless. I play
God bless.
grace on y'all souls.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Enjoy your day. See you.
Yes, sir. Y'all be easy.